Sean with Rainier Arms. Today we have another New Products Weekly video. In this video, I'm going to talk about a handful of products that have just hit our website. So, first product I want to talk about comes from Spuhr. So, Spuhr, what they are, what they do, they make really great, high quality, unique looking optics mounts, scope mounts. These things are pretty rad. So let's talk a little bit about these. So the three options that we have on our website right now is two options for a 34 millimeter tube and one option for a 30 millimeter tube. I'm going to look at those a little bit more. But what we have here is a very durable single piece aluminum mount. It's all black, hard coat anodized. Looks awesome, really good machining. Couple unique features about these. As you can kind of see from the inside here, it's already milled and machined with those grooves. Now those grooves are on the cap as well, and the purpose for that is a lot of guys, long distance shooters, they will actually put a resin, a powder resin on the inside when they're mounting their scope onto the mount, and that helps it hold in place a whole lot better. Less chances of it moving, sliding, or having to readjust it. It also means that you don't have to put as much torque onto the cap, which then decreases the chances of messing with any of the internals of the scope itself. So kind of cool little touch there. Now, when you take a look at this one that we have mounted on the rifle, one big thing that sticks out is the overall shape of the mount. So a lot of times, we're not seeing these scope mounts in this kind of square, uniform look. They're kind of, take that 45 degrees and we get that kind of triangular pointy part. So the purpose of that, why Spuhr does this, is a couple reasons. One is now when you look at this from the backside, you're able to see that you can see the turret. So you have your windage and your parallax turret as well as your elevation turret are all completely visible. They're not being blocked at all. So if you're running an optic that doesn't have caps and you need to be able to see those numbers for quick adjustments, the scope mount itself is not getting in the way at all. So you're going to have that full clarity, easy to see. Additionally on there, you're going to see all these different mounting holes, and those are for all the different accessories that you can get for the Spuhr system here. They do call this their ideal scope mounting system, which I think is pretty it's pretty unique. But let's talk a little bit more about these. So this one here is for a 34 millimeter tube. Now the difference here, so these are all cantilever scope mounts, and the cantilever, the benefit to that, just like on this rifle here, is it allows you to get that scope and mount it more forward onto the rifle. Versus a non-cantilever scope mount, that scope mount would have to be sitting back here more on the receiver, which might then push your scope back into your eye a little bit more. So depending on your stock, your build, all that, it's nice to have, especially for an AR platform, that cantilever scope. So this 34 millimeter option here also gives you a 6 millimeter or a 6 mil tilt. So any kind of extreme long distance, you're going to have already built in 6 millimeter tilt, which means you don't have to make those 6 millimeter adjustments or the 6 mil adjustments on your scope when you're doing your zeroing or when you're doing any adjustments for your shooting. So a really nice feature when you're talking about more of the long distance aspect. The other two, the 34, this one here also is a 34 millimeter, has zero tilt, and the 30 mil tube down here is also a zero tilt. The heights on these are all going to be 38 millimeters or 1.5 inch. The weight is 246 grams or 8.7 ounces. And the overall length is 140 millimeters, or we're looking at 5.51 inches. So pretty durable, real light, awesome features, awesome products from Spuhr. If you're familiar with Spuhr, it's a Sweden-made mount, and they're really common in the long distance world, long distance shooting, and just really cool stuff. So jump on the website to see some more about these, and hopefully we'll have some more coming in as well as some more options for y'all. Let me know if you have any experience with your Spuhr mount and which favorite features or attachments or accessories you have for them. All right, next product I want to talk about comes from Emissary Development, and they're always making some pretty sweet stuff. So what they have now, what we have on our website is some options for your lights. These are the paddle shifters for the TLR7 A as well as the TLR1. So on this SIG right here, what we have set up is the standard length, the TLR7A replacement paddle shifters. You can get this in extended or you can get it in the standard. Like on here, extended is going to be sitting up a little higher and a little bit further into the trigger guard, which has its benefits and it obviously has its drawbacks, just like anything. But the point of this is the standard switch that you would normally have that comes stock on the TLR1. Yes, they work, but there isn't as much of a shelf. It's a little bit harder to get to for some people. Now, increasing the overall size and giving you a little bit better tactile feel, it makes it a whole lot easier if you want to engage that light from this position here, or if you're engaging it on the draw stroke as well. It's giving you something that is a whole lot easier to get to, a whole lot easier to hit, especially for those of us who like to have a little bit higher grip up onto the gun. So awesome feature, and it's ambidextrous as well. So if you were left-handed, you're still going to be able to hit those switches as well from here, including if you're of the type that likes to engage with that trigger finger, you would be able to do that as well. So awesome features. I know I like to upgrade my switches on my lights when I can. So pretty cool to see that the TLR7 and the TLR1 are getting some more love from Emissary Development. But a little bit more on these. So that, again, is the standard. This little guy here, they're pretty tiny. But these are the extended for the TLR7A. Super easy to put in. You just have to push out the pin, put these back in, put the pin back in. So incredibly easy to install. So the TLR7 option, it will fit your TLR7A. It does not fit your standard TLR7, but it will fit your TLR9, your TLR8A, and your TLR10. Now the TLR1 options are the same principles, where you're going to be getting you have the options of a extended and then also a standard, but you can also just buy this. So this specific one is a kit, where you're actually going to be getting both of these as an option when you buy it, but you can also buy them as a standalone, where you can buy the extended alone, or you can buy the standard alone if you want. Both options for the TLR7 and the TLR1 are going to support your constant on or your momentary button. If you just want to push the button for a moment, have that light on, that option is going to be there. They are all made out of a nylon polymer mixture. Awesome stuff. The compatibility for the TLR1, the list is quite long, so just jump on the website and take a look at it. It'd be easier than me just rambling off a bunch of different things, but there's a lot of compatibility there. So pretty excited about that, just because Emissary Development always comes up with some really cool stuff and has some awesome offerings with high quality parts, and they're all made in the USA, which is even better. So jump on the website, take a look. If you got a TLR7A or you have a TLR1, these are definitely a great option to upgrade your handgun. Just keep in mind that there can be some slight compatibility issues when it comes to the holster fitment, but generally speaking, there isn't an issue. But if you have one that was custom made and they really kind of formed that kydex around the light, you might experience some challenges when you're switching from your standard light switch to your extended light switch. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, though, there isn't too many issues that I've heard of when it comes to holster selection or holster fitment. So jump on the website, take a look at them. If you've got a TLR that'll fit or they are compatible with, get one. You won't be upset about it. I promise you that. All right, so next product I want to talk about comes from Red Dirt USA, and what we have here is the beautiful Speed Tune Flat Adjustable Trigger Force Staccato. We also have this for the Prodigy, which sold out really quickly, but we'll be getting more of those in. But we have some options for the 1911 and 1911 double stack market. So let's talk about these a little bit. So these Speed Tune triggers, the purpose behind these is they wanted to develop a trigger that is very reliable, but additionally is very easy to tune and adjust your pre-travel. Traditionally speaking, it can be a little bit trickier having to play with the trigger bow and the plates and everything and have it just be perfect. But now, if you utilize the Red Dirt USA, the Speed Tune trigger, it is a breeze. Super simple. So what we have here is what Red Dirt USA had done is they took away the pre-travel tabs that are on there and replaced it with a flat hex screw, which makes the adjustment a whole lot easier. So they took the tabs off of the trigger bow, and now we have a flat hex screw that is going to be, like, you're going to be able to be a lot more precise with it. Additionally, the big difference is now you can also adjust your pre-travel with your hammer cocked rather than being forward. So that means that you're going to be able to be a lot more precise on exactly what your pre-travel, where you want it to be, and it's going to be a lot more repeatable that way. A couple other things that make these stand out more than what you would normally see with these kind of triggers, besides that the hammer is going to be cocked, is additionally with this trigger bow. So a lot of competitors, their trigger bows are going to be stamped and bent. Not with Red Dirt USA though. The trigger bow is actually going to be milled out of stainless steel, and again, not stamped, not bit. It is bent. It is a lot stronger, a lot durable, and overall you're going to have a very smooth and phenomenal trigger feel. The installation isn't too terribly hard. We do plan on making some videos showing the installation, showing you how to adjust your pre-travel with this trigger and kind of the benefits of that, talking about it a little bit more. If you've ever played with a 1911 that has had a Red Dirt trigger in it, you can pretty much, you know what I'm talking about when you're relating to that feel, how it feels, how crisp, and it's even better if it's your gun and you can make that trigger and that pre-travel be exactly what you want it to be. Fine tuning is an amazing thing if you want to dive into that rabbit hole, but fine tuning is an amazing thing. So jump on our website, take a look at them. Right now we have these for the staccato in the black trigger. We also have it in the silver trigger and in the red trigger, if that's your flavor. Like I said, we have a couple other models for like the Springfield Prodigy, but currently just sold out of those, but we'll be getting some more in. We've got a bunch of these for the staccato. One little key thing to note though is these triggers are not compatible with the Staccato CS, so sorry for those that wanted to get one for your CS, but it is going to work with your Staccato P, your XL, XC, and your C2. So jump on the website, take a look at them, get them before they are all gone. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending some time with us on another New Products Weekly video where we just talk a little bit briefly about some of the new products that just hit our website. Please take a little bit more time, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you've played with one of these Red Dirt triggers, Red Dirt USA triggers, and let me know what you think about it. I think they're pretty cool, and I'm excited to set something up, maybe in my Staccato P, get a little bit more content, a little bit more time with them. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.